Across the vast expanse of the galaxy, an empire unlike any other had risen to dominance. The Galactic Empire was a colossal interstellar civilization, its influence spanning countless star systems and bringing untold worlds under its rule. At the heart of this mighty empire was the imperial capital, a bustling ecumenopolis that served as the seat of power. Here, the emperor and his advisors orchestrated the intricate machinery of governance, charting the course of the empire's ceaseless expansion. The foundation of the Galactic Empire's might was its unrivaled military strength. Legions of highly trained soldiers, known as imperial stormtroopers, stood ready to enforce the emperor's will, their white armor a symbol of the empire's unyielding authority. But the true backbone of the imperial forces was its vast armada of advanced starships. Massive star destroyers, sleek and menacing, glided through the void of space, their towering forms casting long shadows over the smaller vessels that accompanied them. These behemoths of the void were the epitome of the Empire's technological prowess, bristling with powerful energy weapons, defensive shields, and a myriad of sophisticated systems that made them virtually unstoppable in combat. Beyond the capital, imperial fleets and expeditionary forces had been dispatched to the far reaches of the galaxy, tasked with surveying uncharted regions and bringing new worlds into the fold. These intrepid explorers ventured into the unknown, their sensors sweeping the void for any sign of habitable planets or untapped resources that could be claimed in the name of the Galactic Empire. The expansion of the empire was a relentless and methodical process, fueled by the ambition of the ruling class and the unwavering loyalty of the citizens. With each new world brought under imperial control, the empire's grip on the galaxy tightened, its influence growing ever stronger. In the shadowy corners of the galactic expanse, however, whispers of discontent had begun to circulate. Rumors of resistance movements and clandestine efforts to undermine the empire's authority reached the ears of imperial intelligence, but these were quickly quashed before they could gain any significant momentum. The emperor and his advisors were confident that their hold on power was unassailable. The might of the Galactic Empire was unmatched, and no force in the galaxy could hope to challenge its dominance, or so they believed. Little did they know that a small, unassuming world, far from the core systems of the Empire, was about to change the course of galactic history forever. While the Galactic Empire's expansion continued unabated, its agents scoured the galaxy in search of new worlds to bring under its control. One such scouting mission would inadvertently set in motion a series of events that would forever alter the course of galactic history. Deep within the uncharted regions, an Imperial reconnaissance vessel, manned by a seasoned crew, made an unexpected discovery. As the ship's sensors scanned the void, they detected the faint signature of a habitable world, a small blue and green planet orbiting a distant yellow star. The captain of the vessel, a grizzled veteran of countless campaigns, immediately ordered a closer inspection of this newfound world. As the ship drew nearer, the crew was astonished by what they observed. Sprawling landmasses, vast oceans, and a thick atmosphere, all the telltale signs of a living, thriving world. But what truly captured their attention were the unmistakable signs of advanced technology, structures and infrastructure that could only have been built by an intelligent civilization. Excitement and trepidation gripped the reconnaissance team as they realized the profound implications of their discovery. This was no mere primitive world. This was a planet with a sophisticated, spacefaring society, one that had somehow evaded the ever-expanding reach of the Galactic Empire. Without delay, the captain of the scout ship transmitted a coded message back to the Imperial capital, detailing their findings. The response was swift and unequivocal. A diplomatic envoy must be dispatched to this unknown world immediately, to make first contact and assess its potential for integration into the Empire. Within a matter of standard weeks, a delegation of Imperial officials and representatives arrived at the planet, which the scouts had identified as Earth. The members of this delegation were a diverse group, ranging from seasoned diplomats to renowned xenoanthropologists, all eager to engage with the inhabitants of this previously uncharted world. As the Imperial ships descended upon Earth's surface, the delegation was met with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension from the planet's inhabitants. The humans of Earth had never encountered extraterrestrial visitors before, and the sight of the massive, otherworldly vessels hovering above their cities sparked a sense of both wonder and trepidation. Nonetheless, the Imperial envoys were granted an audience with the leaders of Earth, who greeted them with a cautious but open demeanor. The negotiations that followed were delicate and complex, as both sides sought to understand the other's motivations and intentions. The humans of Earth were understandably wary of the Galactic Empire, having had no prior experience with the realities of interstellar politics and power dynamics. They listened intently as the Imperial delegates extolled the virtues of joining the Empire, promising prosperity, protection, and a seat at the table of galactic affairs. But as the discussions progressed, the Earth's representatives grew increasingly uneasy. They sensed an underlying current of ambition and control within the Empire's overtures, and they were not willing to simply surrender their planet's autonomy and independence without a fight. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shape the course of the galaxy for generations to come. As the diplomatic envoy from the Galactic Empire engaged in delicate negotiations with the representatives of Earth, a profound realization began to dawn upon the Imperial delegates. The humans of this unassuming world possessed technological capabilities that rivaled, and in some cases, even surpassed the advancements of the mighty Empire. The first inklings of this revelation came during the initial tours and demonstrations arranged by the Earth's leaders. The Imperial officers were taken aback by the sheer sophistication of the infrastructure they encountered. Advanced communication networks, automated transportation systems, and energy generation facilities that seemed to defy the laws of physics as the Empire understood them. But it was when the Earth's representatives unveiled their space program that the true depth of the humans' technological prowess became clear. Towering rockets, capable of defying the planet's gravity and launching payloads into the void of space, stood as a testament to the ingenuity and scientific acumen of this world. The Imperial delegation was granted access to observe the launch of one such spacecraft, and as they watched the sleek, angular vessel soar skyward, leaving a trail of fire and smoke in its wake, they could scarcely believe their eyes. "Impossible," muttered one of the Imperial officers, his voice laced with a mix of awe and disbelief. "Their propulsion systems are far beyond anything we possess. Indeed, the technology that powered the Earth's spacecraft was unlike anything the Galactic Empire had encountered before. The ship's engines seemed to defy the conventional understanding of space travel, utilizing advanced principles of physics that the Imperial scientists could barely comprehend. But the revelations did not end there. As the diplomatic talks progressed, the Earth's representatives gradually revealed the existence of a formidable space fleet, one that had been secretly developed and maintained in the shadows, beyond the prying eyes of the Empire's scouts. These vessels, ranging from agile fighter craft to massive capital ships, were equipped with advanced weaponry, powerful defensive shields, and cutting-edge sensor arrays that made them a force to be reckoned with. The humans of Earth had been quietly amassing this hidden armada, preparing for the day when their world would inevitably encounter the expansionist ambitions of the Galactic Empire. The Imperial delegates were stunned. They had expected to find a primitive, technologically inferior civilization, ripe for integration into the Empire's vast domains. Instead, they were confronted with a world that had been concealing its true technological prowess, a world that might very well pose a significant challenge to the Empire's dominance. As the negotiations continued, the Imperial envoys found themselves in an increasingly delicate position. They could not simply demand that Earth relinquish its advanced technologies and join the Empire on equal terms. The humans had made it clear that they would not surrender their independence without a fight. The Galactic Empire now faced a dilemma. Should they attempt to subjugate this world by force, risking a costly and potentially devastating conflict? Or should they seek a diplomatic solution, forging an alliance that would allow them to harness the humans' technological capabilities for the benefit of the Empire? The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and the Imperial leadership would have to tread carefully, lest they risk incurring the wrath of a world that had hidden its true power for so long. The revelations about Earth's hidden technological capabilities had sent shockwaves through the Galactic Empire's delegation, and the implications of this discovery would soon reverberate all the way to the Imperial capital. As the diplomatic negotiations continued, the Imperial envoys found themselves in an increasingly precarious position. They knew that the Emperor and the ruling elite would be deeply concerned by the prospect of a technologically advanced world existing beyond the Empire's control. The members of the delegation, seasoned diplomats and military strategists, debated endlessly, weighing the various courses of action available to them. Should they attempt to forge a peaceful alliance with the humans of Earth, leveraging their technological prowess to strengthen the Empire's position? Or should they resort to more heavy-handed tactics, using the might of the Imperial military to subjugate this world and bring it under the Empire's complete dominion? The arguments raged within the closed-door meetings, with each faction presenting its case with unwavering conviction. Some argued that the risk of Earth's advanced technology falling into the hands of the Empire's enemies was too great to ignore, and that immediate action was necessary to prevent a potential catastrophe. "We cannot allow this world to remain outside of our control," insisted one of the more hawkish Imperial advisors. "Their weapons and propulsion systems are a direct threat to the stability of the Galactic Empire. We must act swiftly to bring them under our dominion, before they can align with our adversaries and challenge our supremacy." Others, however, advocated for a more diplomatic approach, recognizing the potential benefits of establishing a cooperative relationship with the humans of Earth. "Think of the technological advancements we could achieve by integrating Earth's scientific and engineering expertise into our own systems," argued a renowned xenoanthropologist. "If we can forge a mutually beneficial alliance, the rewards could be immeasurable. We must tread carefully and avoid provoking unnecessary conflict." The deliberations grew increasingly heated as the Imperial delegation struggled to reach a consensus. The fate of Earth hung in the balance, and the decision they made would have far-reaching consequences for the entire Galactic Empire. Ultimately, the debate was brought before the highest echelons of the Imperial leadership, where the matter would be settled by the Emperor himself. The ruling monarch, renowned for their ruthless pragmatism, would have to weigh the potential risks and rewards of each course of action, aware that their decision could forever alter the balance of power in the galaxy. As the Imperial ships remained in orbit around Earth, awaiting their orders, the inhabitants of the blue-green world braced themselves for the momentous events that were yet to unfold. They knew that their future, and the future of all humanity, now rested in the hands of the distant, powerful empire that had come to their doorstep. As the Galactic Empire's delegation remained in orbit around Earth, engaged in tense negotiations with the planet's representatives, the leaders of humanity were quietly orchestrating a diplomatic maneuver of their own. Deep within the corridors of power on Earth, the world's most influential politicians, diplomats, and military strategists convened in a series of secret meetings. They were acutely aware of the potential threat posed by the mighty Galactic Empire and its insatiable appetite for expansion. "We cannot simply sit back and wait for the Empire to decide our fate," declared the Prime Minister of the United Nations, the governing body that oversaw the affairs of the entire planet. "We must take proactive steps to secure our independence and protect the future of our species." The discussions that followed were complex and multi-layered, as the Earth's leaders sought to navigate the treacherous waters of interstellar politics. They recognized that the Galactic Empire's vast resources and military might make it a formidable adversary, one that could easily crush any direct confrontation. But the humans of Earth were not without their own strategic advantages. They possessed a deep understanding of their own world, its resources, and the intricacies of their technological capabilities. And they knew that the key to their survival lay in forging strategic alliances with other independent star systems and galactic powers. Diplomatic envoys were dispatched to distant corners of the galaxy, carrying messages of goodwill and offers of mutually beneficial cooperation. The Earth's representatives sought to establish a network of support, creating a buffer against the Galactic Empire's expansionist ambitions. "We cannot fight this battle alone," the Prime Minister acknowledged. "We must seek out allies, those who share our desire for freedom and self-determination. Only then can we hope to deter the Empire's aggression and maintain our autonomy." The negotiations with the Imperial delegation on Earth continued, but the planet's leaders approached these talks with a newfound sense of confidence. They knew that the Empire's desire to control their world's advanced technology would be tempered by the threat of a larger, more formidable alliance rising against it. Carefully crafted proposals were presented to the Imperial envoys, offering a glimpse of the technological and scientific collaboration that could be achieved through a peaceful partnership. The humans of Earth were willing to share their knowledge and resources, but only on the condition that their sovereignty and independence were respected. The Imperial delegation, caught between the directives of the ruling elite and the realities of the evolving geopolitical landscape, found themselves in an increasingly precarious position. They could not afford to antagonize the humans of Earth, lest they risk the ire of a growing coalition of galactic powers. As the negotiations dragged on, the tension in the skies above Earth reached a fever pitch. The massive Imperial fleet, a symbol of the Empire's unyielding might, maintained a watchful vigil, while the humans' own fledgling space forces stood ready to defend their world. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, as the clash of civilizations loomed on the horizon. The next move would be crucial, and both sides knew that the consequences of their actions would reverberate through the stars for generations to come. The debates within the Galactic Empire's highest echelons had raged on for weeks, as the Imperial leadership grappled with the unprecedented challenge posed by the world of Earth and its hidden technological capabilities. In the end, the decision came down to the Emperor themselves, the absolute ruler of the vast interstellar civilization. After carefully weighing the potential risks and rewards, the Emperor's verdict was clear. Earth could not be allowed to remain outside the Empire's control. The threat of this world's advanced technology falling into the hands of our adversaries is simply too great to ignore, the Emperor declared, their voice laced with a mixture of determination and thinly veiled concern. "We cannot afford to allow such a potent power to exist beyond our dominion." The Imperial advisors and military commanders, who had been eagerly awaiting the Emperor's decision, quickly sprang into action. Plans were set in motion, fleets were mobilized, and the machinery of war began to grind into motion. Across the vast expanse of the Galactic Empire, the news of the impending invasion of Earth spread like wildfire. In the core systems, patriotic fervor swelled as the citizens rallied behind the call to bring this rebellious world under the Empire's fold. But in the shadowy corners of the galaxy, whispers of unease and apprehension began to circulate. The leaders of the Empire's rivals, sensing an opportunity, began to closely monitor the developments. They recognized that the outcome of the confrontation with Earth could have far-reaching consequences for the balance of power in the galaxy. As the Imperial fleet amassed, its ships and personnel meticulously prepared for the coming assault, the diplomatic envoys on Earth continued their negotiations with the planet's representatives. The humans, aware of the Empire's decision, responded with a mixture of trepidation and defiance. "We will not surrender our independence without a fight," the Prime Minister declared, his voice unwavering. "The people of Earth have fought too hard and come too far to be subjugated by the whims of a distant, tyrannical empire." The humans' diplomatic overtures, which had once held the promise of a peaceful resolution, now seemed to fall on deaf ears. The Imperial delegation, once open to negotiation, had become increasingly rigid and unyielding in the face of the Emperor's directive. Tensions reached a fever pitch as the massive Imperial armada, comprising thousands of warships and millions of soldiers, began its slow, methodical advance towards the blue-green world. The humans of Earth, their own meager military forces dwarfed by the might of the Empire, braced themselves for the impending clash. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of the galaxy, as two vastly different civilizations, one ancient and powerful, the other young and defiant, prepared to do battle for the future of their worlds. The massive Imperial fleet, its towering star destroyers and countless support vessels blotting out the stars, descended upon the blue-green world of Earth, their formidable weapons systems primed and ready for the impending assault. From the bridges of the mighty warships, Imperial officers barked orders, their voices amplified by the efficient communication networks that linked the entire armada. Squadrons of sleek, angular fighters were launched, their pilots eager to prove their mettle in the coming battle. On the surface of Earth, the inhabitants watched in awe and trepidation as the alien vessels filled the skies. The leaders of the planet's governments had done their utmost to prepare their meager defenses, but they knew that their chances of withstanding the full might of the Galactic Empire were slim. Yet, as the Imperial forces began their bombardment, raining down torrents of energy beams and missile strikes, the humans of Earth fought back with a determination that caught their invaders by surprise. The planet's hidden space fleet, a testament to years of clandestine development, surged into the fray, its advanced propulsion systems and powerful energy weapons countering the Imperial onslaught. Nimble fighter craft engaged in a dizzying dance of evasion and retaliation, while massive capital ships traded blows with the towering star destroyers. The ensuing battle was a spectacular display of technological might as the two civilizations clashed in the void of space. The sky above Earth was alive with the flashing of energy bolts, the trails of missiles, and the explosions of stricken vessels. Imperial commanders, their confidence shaken by the ferocity of the human resistance, scrambled to coordinate their forces, calling for reinforcements and adapting their tactics to the unfamiliar challenges they faced. But the humans of Earth, fueled by a righteous determination to defend their homeworld, refused to yield. Their advanced defensive systems, shielding their cities and military installations, absorbed the brunt of the Imperial bombardment, while their own ships continued to inflict heavy casualties on the invading forces. The battle raged on for days, with neither side willing to concede defeat. Casualties mounted on both sides as the conflict escalated into a grueling war of attrition. The inhabitants of Earth, huddled in their shelters, could only watch and pray as their world's defenders fought to preserve their freedom. As the battle reached its climax, the Imperial forces, their numbers dwindling and their morale wavering, made a desperate push to break through the human defenses. But the humans, sensing the Empire's desperation, rallied their remaining strength and unleashed a devastating counterattack. In a spectacular display of firepower and coordination, the Earth's space fleet tore through the Imperial armada, inflicting crippling blows on the towering star destroyers and scattering the enemy forces. The tides of the battle had turned, and the Galactic Empire, once thought to be invincible, was now facing the very real prospect of defeat. Battered and bloodied, the Imperial fleet was forced to retreat, its commanders realizing that the cost of continuing the assault would be too high. The humans of Earth had proven themselves to be a formidable adversary, their technological prowess and unwavering resolve shattering the Empire's aura of invincibility. As the Imperial ships disappeared into the void, the people of Earth erupted in cheers and celebrations, their victory against the mighty Galactic Empire sending shockwaves through the entire galaxy. As the battered Imperial fleet retreated from the skies above Earth, the people of the blue-green world erupted in a celebratory frenzy, their cheers and jubilant chants echoing across the planet's surface. The humans had defied the mighty Galactic Empire, a civilization that had long been regarded as an unstoppable force of conquest and domination. Their victory, hard-won, and against all odds, sent shockwaves through the very foundations of the interstellar order. In the core systems of the Empire, the news of the humiliating defeat was met with a mixture of shock, disbelief, and outrage. The ruling elite, accustomed to the unquestioned superiority of the Imperial military, were forced to confront the harsh reality that their dominance was not as absolute as they had believed. Whispers of dissent and unrest began to spread as the citizens of the Empire grappled with the implications of this devastating loss. How could a supposedly primitive world, one that had until recently remained hidden from their gaze, have marshaled the technological prowess and the sheer determination to stand up to the might of the Galactic Empire? The Imperial leadership, faced with the daunting task of explaining this embarrassing setback, found themselves on the defensive. They scrambled to craft a narrative that would preserve the illusion of the Empire's invincibility, but the damage to their reputation had already been done. In the shadowy corners of the galaxy, the leaders of the Empire's rivals seized the opportunity to challenge the status quo. They recognized that the balance of power had shifted, and that the time had come to assert their own influence and ambitions. Clandestine negotiations and covert alliances began to take shape, as these galactic powers sought to position themselves to take advantage of the Galactic Empire's newfound vulnerability. The prospect of a weakened and distracted imperial regime presented a tantalizing opportunity for these aspiring powers to expand their own spheres of influence. Meanwhile, on the planet Earth, the victorious defenders found themselves thrust into the center of a rapidly changing galactic landscape. The humans, once isolated and unaware of the intricacies of interstellar politics, now found themselves at the forefront of a monumental power struggle. The Earth's leaders, emboldened by their triumph over the Galactic Empire, began to explore the possibility of forging strategic alliances with other independent worlds and star systems. They recognized that their technological and military capabilities, once hidden, now represented a valuable asset that could be leveraged to shape the future of the galaxy. As the dust settled, and the initial euphoria of victory began to wane, the people of Earth found themselves confronted with a daunting reality. Their world had become a crucial player in the grand game of galactic politics, and the decisions they made in the coming days and weeks would have far-reaching consequences for the entire universe. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. The Galactic Empire, once thought to be an unstoppable colossus, had been shaken to its core. The emergence of Earth as a formidable power had forever altered the balance of power in the galaxy, setting the stage for a new era of interstellar competition and conflict. In the aftermath of the stunning defeat inflicted upon the Galactic Empire by the humans of Earth, the blue-green world found itself at the center of a rapidly shifting galactic landscape. The balance of power had been irreversibly altered, and the leaders of Earth knew that their actions in the coming days and weeks would shape the future of the entire universe. Emboldened by their victory, the Earth's statesmen and diplomats wasted no time in reaching out to other independent star systems and worlds that had long chafed under the oppressive rule of the imperial regime. They sought to establish strategic alliances, forging bonds of cooperation and mutual defense that could deter any future attempts by the Galactic Empire to subjugate their planet. The response from these other galactic powers was overwhelmingly positive. Sensing an opportunity to weaken the Empire's grip on the galaxy, they eagerly embraced the overtures from Earth, recognizing the immense value that the humans' advanced technology and military prowess could bring to the table. For too long, we have lived in the shadow of the Galactic Empire, forced to submit to their demands and their whims, declared the leader of a prominent independent worlds coalition. But now, with the emergence of Earth as a formidable power, the tide has turned. Together, we can challenge the Empire's dominance and secure a future of true freedom and self-determination. As the diplomatic negotiations progressed, the humans of Earth found themselves navigating the intricate web of galactic politics with a newfound confidence. They had proven their mettle in battle, and now they sought to leverage their position to shape the course of the galaxy's future. Within the Galactic Empire, the reaction to these developments was one of mounting concern and desperation. The ruling elite, already reeling from the humiliating defeat at the hands of the humans, now faced the prospect of a growing alliance of adversaries that threatened to undermine their very foundations. Desperate attempts were made to stem the tide of defections and to reassert the Empire's authority, but the damage had already been done. The once invincible Galactic Empire found itself on the defensive, its grip on power slipping with each passing day. In the shadowy corners of the galaxy, whispers of revolution and rebellion began to circulate, as the citizens of the Empire, emboldened by the example set by the humans of Earth, began to question the legitimacy of their rulers. The stage was set for a prolonged and bitter struggle as the Galactic Empire fought to retain its dominance, while the emergent coalition of independent worlds, led by Earth, sought to reshape the very fabric of the galactic order. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. The actions taken in the coming days and weeks would echo through the stars for generations to come, forever altering the course of the galaxy's history.